guys, it's Quana back again with another movie review. Hope you guys are doing awesome. It is that time of year for me to review Christmas movies, especially cozy Christmas romances. So if you love cozy Christmas romances like I do, have you subscribed already? Because if not, you should. I will be, hopefully, fingers crossed, reviewing at least somewhere in the odds of about 25 to 27 Christmas movies this season. I'm going to be covering some new, fresh releases that are coming out, and also recommending some of my favorite classic films that are going to get your heartbeat shivering and quaking and give you the tingles. And so if you like that and you are looking for some recommendations for Christmas movies to watch, do me a favor and click that subscribe button down below. Join me over here where we like to curl up underneath the blanket, drink some hot cocoa and peppermint, and watch romance movies to our heart's content. And so here we are to talk about the Noel Diary starring Justin Hartley from This Is Us. He plays Kevin, and played Kevin in This Is Us, and Barrett Doss from Station 19. You guys, I was surprised. I enjoyed this movie. And it was interesting because the way that the thumbnail on Netflix made the movie look, I did not think that Justin Hartley was going to be the main star of the film. That being said, of course, when those of you who have followed me for a while with my This Is Us reviews will know that Justin Hartley plays Kevin, and he comes from a background of soap operas. And some of the This Is Us cast that have done like off projects or other projects, they haven't gotten as much attention as some of the bigger names on the series. I definitely think that this was a misstep. Netflix has come out with, if I'm not mistaken, 3 major Christmas movies so far this season. Fallen in Love starring Lindsay Lohan, Christmas with You, which I've already reviewed, and that review is already up. I will tag it up here with Freddie Prinze Jr. and now the Noel Diary. And I think that it's kind of been a mistake for them not to market this one, because so far this is the better of the ones that I've seen in terms of the quality of the cinematography and the filmmaking, and also the acting performances. Tons more chemistry between Justin Hartley and Barrett Doss. Albeit Justin is kind of playing a very Kevin-esque type of role in this. And it kind of feels like what you would get off of an extended episode of This Is Us, because you have some connected relationships that you're kind of trying to uncover as you watch the film. But the film was still just a very good watch, and it hit all of those notes. It felt much more like a cinematic movie than your traditional Christmas movies, which feel like they're just made for TV and quick, fast productions to get them out on Hallmark. No offense to Hallmark, but you know what I'm saying here. But anyway, who does Justin play? Justin plays this character named Jake Turner, who is a popular author, and he goes back to his hometown, his childhood hometown, for Christmas because his mother, his estranged mother, has passed away, and he has to go through all of her things, and she has become a hoarder in the last days of her life. While he is going through her things, he is visited by this young woman named Rachel, who is looking for her mother. She was adopted as a baby, and she's finally trying to track down the mother who's given her away. And she's tracked her down to this residence and found out that she used to work for Jake's family. And so as they decide to travel together to find and uncover this mystery surrounding her mother, and for Jake to possibly reconnect with his estranged father who's still living, they slowly fall in love. You get the drift, right? But it's not an easy path, because Rachel is soon to be engaged, or already engaged. It's kind of a little vague as the movie goes on. And so you're uncovering, the mystery around Jake's relationship with his father, with his mother who's passed. You're trying to find out what happened to this brother that he had. There's a next door neighbor played by Bonnie Culkin, who is phenomenal in that role and is kind of like the mentor, motherly figure that you have to have in a Christmas movie. And then you're uncovering the mystery around Rachel and also her mother as they try to figure out who this woman was, why was she working with Jacob's family, and their connection as well. It was a really sweet movie, lots of snowy landscapes, lots of quiet moments, and it was a really fun movie to watch. Now, this is where we're going to get into spoilers. So I'm going to give you guys my overall rating as a Christmas movie alone, just as a Christmas movie, not as like a cinematic theatrical release, but just as a Christmas movie. I definitely would give this one an A-. It is really good. It's not up there with some of my favorites like Last Christmas or Last Holiday, because it doesn't lean as heavily into like the Christmas tropes, and it's missing like a lot of the Christmas music that makes those movies feel warm and cozy and comfortable. But it's still a really great romance. The chemistry between the two is really nice, and I love the mystery that they're trying to unpack here. That being said, even as I'm giving it an A- rating, and if you haven't had an opportunity to watch it, freeze this video, go watch it, and come back, because I'm going to get into spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, the thing that is going to likely drive you crazy, or has already driven you crazy about this movie, is the fact that it leaves several things unanswered. And while it's not uncommon with a romance, in this type of a movie where it's all about the connections of these characters, there are several questions that remain, such as, does Rachel ever reconnect with her mom? We know Jacob goes and he visits her mother, he meets her, and her mother, played by Essence Atkins, is like, hey, if you see my daughter and she wants to connect with me, let her know that I'm open to it. But we don't ever see that. There's also a huge chunk of time with Rachel that we don't see, and the movie is almost exclusively told from Jacob's perspective. There is nothing wrong with that, but there is one moment in the movie towards the end where we switch and we get Rachel's perspective, and I felt like that was such a misstep, because you could then make the argument, when it was completely Jacob's POV, that he doesn't know the answers. So that's why we don't know the answers. We don't know what happens with her and the mother, because we don't see those things. We'll leave those things for a sequel. But because they go to a POV shot of Rachel with her adopted parents waiting at the house, and we see that, it means that I have questions now about what happens with that. Also, there's no epic kiss at the end. And what is a cozy Christmas romance without an epic kiss at the end? Now, there is some, going on. And I was very happy to see that there was some good chemistry when they were slow dancing, and the trope of like, we go into a hotel and there's only one room available and one bed available. But there were some nice moments just between them, just some good character building moments, getting to unpack their relationship. And I thought Justin Hartley, like I said, it felt like a very Kevin Pearson type of film, but I thought he was really good, and it was a really good film to showcase that he can continue to do the more serious roles like This Is Us. I thought Barrett Doss was beautiful in this as well. Her mother, Essence Atkins, I really want to know more about what happened there. I really would love to see more with those diary entries and more of the film from her perspective. I kind of wish that they had called this something else other than the Noel Diary, or the Noel Diary him, and the Noel Diary her, and did the film from like a his and her perspective, because there's so much that we don't get to see with Rachel. And ultimately the film, even though she's looking for her mother, that's just in service to getting him to reconnect with his father and to him to get healing there. And so I would love to see how that played out on the reverse side of things. But this, so far, out of like 4 romantic comedy-esque type films that I've seen that have come out recently for the holiday season, this was definitely the best out of all 4 of them. I haven't had opportunity to watch the Falling for Christmas, I think is what it's called, with Lindsay Lohan. I haven't had opportunity to watch that yet, but that's, I think, definitely more of a comedy. These are definitely more of a drama. This was more of a drama, and this was definitely better in terms of the acting and the chemistry than Christmas with you. So let me know down below in the comments if you've had a chance to watch the Noel Diary. I definitely think you should add it to your watch list for this year. It's really, really sweet, really cozy, really quiet. And I definitely think it's going to be one of those movies that you can put on late at night when you still want to sit in front of the fire and have the TV going, but after you've seen it a few times, you don't mind falling asleep. That's what this movie is going to be for me anyway. But let me know what you thought, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles!